What's up, guys? Just getting prepared here. I'm just getting set up. 1 second. So, like, I impulsively sold my Bitcoin after 3 years. Yoshi, my man, let's talk about it. When did you sell it? Let's see. Yesterday. Let's see. Let me get my headphones here. Here we go. So Yoshi sold his Bitcoin after 3 years. So imagine you bought. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Yeah. So imagine you bought at the end of 2017. That would be around 3 years, which is what a lot of people bought, which is crazy because a lot of people bought maybe even the people that bought at the worst time in 2017 at the end there. You know, maybe they're getting some FOMO. They're buying at 15K, 16K. Obviously, most didn't buy at those levels, but, you know, somewhere between 10K to 20K there when it was really getting on the later stages of that bull run. Even all those people, if you held on, right? So you can't get antsy. You need to be patient, right? Which Yoshi clearly was patient. He didn't sell off from what he's saying, and he held it until these levels, which is that's solid right there, right? So even every single person who bought Bitcoin prior to this week and has held on has made money, right? So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens. I mean, Yoshi, at what levels would you be interested in putting your money back into Bitcoin? Which levels would you be interested at reinvesting your money? 1 second here. Predictions. 1 second. Predictions. Let's see. I'd like to. This time I have to use my computer for a little bit. That's why I didn't do a full screencast. I just figured out how to do a full screencast so you guys can follow along with me when I do the data analysis, the charts and stuff. This is hard to really say. I mean, this new wave really upped the benchmark. Yeah, up the benchmark for sure, right? So let's see. Wow, I wish I could show you guys what the chart I'm looking at right now. What is going on? Some of these charts are weird. Predictions. I will make a prediction. I kind of mentioned some of my predictions before, but Yoshi, I think since March we're up 400% from the lows, and just look at the graph. Any chart that goes up this much, this quickly, is going to get a large pullback. Bitcoin every single time. Let's just look. I'm looking at the chart, right? So obviously this is the famous one, 2017, right? The big pullback. But even recently, we've had large pullbacks from. We've had 4x gains and large pullbacks. So let's look at 2019, right? In February, we were at 3,000, okay? And in July, we hit 12K. So we went from 3 to 12K. That's 4x. That's what we just did, right? We just did that. We just went up 4x. We just went up from 5K in March, okay? And now we're at 23K. Yoshi says I literally cashed at 23K. I think that's, don't hurt yourself if it goes up to 24K, 25K. Don't be mad at yourself. Patience, right? You need patience because no one's going to top the market exactly, right? Um, no one does. You might have obviously. Um, it's gone up slightly above 23, but it hasn't hit 24. But even if it hits 24, 25, just be patient. Just be patient. There's gonna be a large pullback at some point. Um, so essentially, right, we had that. What I was saying was from right to July last year, March to July, we had a 4x run up. 4x. So that's just as impressive as today's run up. It doesn't seem as impressive because this run up that we have now was starting at a higher number, right? We're starting at 5 to 6K there. So that would get us to 23K. But the other one, we're starting lower, 3K, so only got us to 12K, the 4x, right? So it's actually the same thing. So looking at the charts, this run looks more impressive. But if you look at the logarithmic graph, which is actually kind of really more important to look at logarithmic graphs, which tells you the percentage it's going up by, um, then it's the same thing, right? How much do we pull back by? Well, we were at 12K and we pulled back all the way. Well, the lows was that in March, 5K. But even if you don't include that 5K, because like I said, that was kind of artificial to some degree. It was around 7K, so it's around 40%. Now, do I see a 40% drop this time around? As the market matures, each bear market will go down less and less and less. But 40% is certainly doable. I mean, that even happens in the largest markets in the world, the stock market, which has trillions of dollars, right? These 40% happen. So yes, it can happen. Percent pullback in 2000. I literally cashed it. Percent pullback in 2017. Yeah, we'll check that out. That was obviously a much bigger pullback. Let's see. So we hit that was around where we hit highest. Let's just round up to 20K, 18K, whatever. Let's say 20K. Let's say 18K. Okay, where the highs we actually did hit slightly higher, but 18K, and we went down all the way to 3K. So that's a 90%. Sorry, not 90. That's about 80%. We had an 80% drop in 2017, right? And then the next drop was around 40s. This drop, what will it be? Maybe it'll be maybe it will half again in 20%, 25%. That would be good, like not too terrible. 20-25% after this ride. So, maybe if we go up to 25K and then we'll drop back to 18K, right? That wouldn't be bad, right? I mean, relatively, it would be, 20 in the 20s, drop 20%. I could see that happen. Do I see us going down to under 10K? It's possible. It's certainly possible. It would take quite a bit more than this recent drop. It would take something more similar to the 2017. Obviously, if you look at the chart right now, actually, let's do something very interesting. Okay, let's see how long the bull run lasted over 2017. Okay, how many days from when it really started to get going to this current one, and let's see how much steam we have left. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change. Let's see let's see if Coinbase has better. No, these ones aren't very good. I'm gonna pull up another chart here. Let's go with Bitcoin. Let's see how Google's built-in chart is. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. So the bull run of 2017 started around. I mean, really, you could say it started pretty far back in 2016, because that run actually went on for a while. Gradually, though, nothing like this. But let's talk about this actually. The slope that we have had recently, right, going double in a month, right? Let's check out where 2017 started to double in a month for the first time. September to October. Yeah, it's about September. September to October was the first time it really doubled in about a month. Okay, and then obviously, so let's say that run started in September, um, and it ended in this. I mean, what, January 1st, right, or something? December 15th. Oh, here's something very interesting. December 15th was the top. So we are pretty much our at this current time 3 years ago was the top, right? Um, and so that was about 3 months it lasted. It's almost exactly 3 months. So for us, okay, ours started at the beginning of October. Let's say October 1st. That's when the run started to happen. Okay, October 2nd actually. So 3 months from that would be sometime next month. It would, right? And it could happen earlier, obviously. Um, it could happen later, right? But best to be, it's best to do it slightly early to pull out of your investments than slightly late, right? Because when it starts going down, it's going to go down. It's going to get hit, right? So Yoshi, I'd be patient. It's probably going to go up more, but the risk reward ratio gets worse and worse and worse as it goes up. And at some point, it's going to hit a level where everyone's going to cash out, and then it's going to go. It's going to take a big dip. So, right. So I think I really do think what the levels that I think we could return to if we get a big dip are, if you look at the charts, you'll see there's kind of in this current bull run, it was kind of started to question itself around, let's see, in the middle of November there. We kind of were stagnant, went down even a little bit, went down twice, had two relatively big dips. Since then we've pumped up, kept pumping. I think if we do fall, we might fall to under 20K. Certainly, probably around 18, 17s at the lowest end, if I had to guess. But once that fall starts, and it's anyone's guess how far we will actually fall. It could be a 50% drop quickly. That could happen. We could get sub 10K Bitcoin again. That can happen. Okay, so that's about it for now. I'm going to keep. Oh, let's see. No. Yeah, I'll come back later with what time is it? 10:17. Yeah, we'll check. So right now, where's Bitcoin at? It's at 23,200. We're moving around there. Let me give some predictions short term. Let's look at the charts. 12 hours. If you look at 12 hours, we're totally bullish. Okay. Now I want to show you guys this with the charts, but if you look at 24 hours with the screencast, 24 hours, we have a perfect V formation, right? This is why I wanted to create this this live stream right now, because we are right now at our current levels are very, very important levels. Because if you look at you go on, bitcointaker.co and you press on the 24-hour, you will see we have a perfect V, pretty much a perfect V forming right now. And the top of the V was at 250, 23,250, and right now we approached it. We actually just touched it and then went down. So that's going to be the resistance here, and I think it could be pretty strong. Okay, because people are going to want to sell out, and we're at 23,200 right now. I think 2350 got a lot of selling pressure. So, and people might start selling slightly before that because they know that that's going to be selling pressure. So you might see some selling pressure in the current areas of 200 to 250. So I think I don't see us getting over this 250 hump. It's possible. If we do, we got some juice, right? If you look at 3 days, you'll see. I mentioned this before. That just in the past day and a half, the bull run has quieted up. Is really leveled off, I should say. Um, we've leveled off, which is, interesting. If you look at because if you look at the 2017 run, right, it didn't really level off. It just went up and it went down, right? A little different. And this time around, we're getting a little different trend, right? It's leveling off. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. But it hasn't been much. It's only been a day and a half of leveling off. So, right, like Yoshi said, it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. Since we've had so much volatility, it's under 200 now. See, we're that 200 is those low 200, 250. There's a lot of selling pressure. It's going to be difficult to maintain that. And so I could see us down under 2,300 again in the next few hours for sure. Because I just don't really think, I don't know if we're going to be able to boost above those levels at this time. Do we have that buying? Because there's quite a lot of selling pressure there, so we really can need some big time buyer, and I don't know if we can expect that to happen at these levels. As the higher you go up, the lower. These big buyers typically are coming in earlier, right? And the people buying now sometimes are FOMOers and smaller buyers, like not big institutions at these levels. So why did I say that? Well, prior to this big bull run a few days ago, I mean, just probably December. I'm talking about this recent one, December 16th, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. We there was probably some larger, but I mean, there was some larger buys coming in, not individuals. But as we flatten out, it's mostly individuals buying and selling. Okay, so to get over that selling pressure, it's difficult when you have not the volatility that you had before, and the big buyers coming in and purchasing stuff. So could the big buying be kind of over now? Think about the people who want to buy, the big buyers, right? Who's going to want to buy now that we've been up this much this quick? I'm talking about the big money, right? They're smart people, and they probably, they might be waiting for the pullback as well as other people. So that's the thing with the pullback too. Like I mentioned, we're going to get a big pullback soon, but I mean soon, meaning in the next month, and I'm talking about a decent pullback, not a 2% pullback. And when we get the pullback, we're going to see a big bounce for sure. So it might go down 20% in one day, right? And it's going to bounce quickly because people have buy orders, set for certain intervals below this current level. Right? People have these buy orders, so maybe it'll go down 20% and then it'll rebound 10%, something like that. I think is going to be quite what I expect to see. So we shall see. I don't know. Is that number 20%? Is it 10? Right, the 20% is quite a lot. That would be really bursting the bubble. But again, 20% would only bring you down to 19, just under sub 20K Bitcoin, which is still, it's pretty much just scratching out the last week, which is crazy, right? Because those are the gains we've had in the past week. We've had 27% gains. So Yoshi, I think it's a good time to trim for sure. I'd probably, if you're feeling a little bit riskier, just sell out and try to make, hopefully Bitcoin goes down below those levels of 23K, and you could buy in at some point and have more Bitcoin, right? That's all the name of the game, is just getting more Bitcoin. And we're hovering around 23,200 right now. Not doing nothing too much. But I will keep an eye out if we get any moves. 187. Let me look at the 3-hour chart. Yeah, yeah, we got a lot of possible downside here. But oh, here we go. 170, 160s. We're moving down a little bit, pretty swiftly. Oh, now we're getting back in the 70s. Okay. If we go down, let's say below 23K, I will right. That's Yoshi's number. If we go to 23K, we could celebrate a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. And we'll get back on the live stream. So right now, we'll take a break. See, I think we got some downward pressure. Although, where is it? 23. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's keep an eye out and enjoy the show. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.